Arranging your beats well improves the perceived quality of the beat and increases significantly your chances of people using them. A good arrangement will make the writing process way better for the artist. In this video, we show you how to arrange your beats better. By the end of the video, you will have 6 applicable techniques that will help you improve your arrangements dramatically. There will also be a bonus at the end of the video. Before getting into it, I have to make something clear. Arranging beats in a studio session and arranging beats for YouTube are two very different things. For a studio session, you don't really need to arrange the beats, as the beats will be arranged upon finishing the song, if you ever finish the song. I'm Roko Sensei, better known as Roko Tensei, and I'm a professional music producer. So for this video, I will take my beat called Ara Ara. I chose this one because it performed very well, and I think that it's partially due to the effort I put in the arrangement process. Let's first analyze the structure of the beat. I decided to go with a 4-bar intro, an 8-bar chorus, a 12-bar verse, an 8-bar chorus, and an outro of 4 bars. To count bars, you can simply count the claps and divide them by 2 if you're in double time, or if you're in normal time, you just count the claps. The arrangement I just described is the most common arrangement you will find. Most charting songs use that, and at the end of the video I will also show you some common arrangement templates. So let's give a listen to the intro. As you can see, the first part presents some instruments and the second part takes them away, but adds other instruments instead. And it works because the melody doesn't stop. So the first takeaway is that you can alter your composition by taking away and adding elements. Let's get into the chorus. Usually in the chorus, you can play all the instruments, and in the second part you can simply add some embellishment. In my case it's a lead, but it can also be a bell or something else. This is the lead I'm talking about. And then at the end I just cut the beat so that it flows better into the first verse, like this. Now I will get into the verse, and that's where the juice of this video is. You can see that I divided the verse in 3 parts, and I will play every single part singularly and I will break it down. Let's begin with the first part. You can see this first part takes the energy away from the hook without killing it either. I achieved this by adding a bass that was never played in the beat until this point. You can see that the bass has a lot of movement, so takeaway number 2, change an instrument that already exists. For example, new bass or a new piano. I suggest you to not take away too much energy after the first hook. Most artists will find it underwhelming, but it's your choice. So the second part of the verse is divided into 2 parts. Let's have a listen. As you can see in the first part, I cut the drums to build up some energy, and then I release it by adding a synth with higher frequency. This is the synth that I added in the second half. As you can see, it flows very easily, allowing the artist to have new ideas for new flows. Takeaway number 3, cut your drums. Now we can get into the third and last part of the first verse. Let's have a listen. Here I just withdraw the energy before the hook, and I do so by taking away the drums, apart from the snare. The snare can help less experienced rappers to keep the rhythm and stay on the beat. The little transition also helps managing the energy. I also added a new bass because it gives a feeling of a drop coming soon, and as you might have imagined, I like adding new sounds, so it's totally up to you. Takeaway number 4, use transitions and prepare for the chorus. That being said, I have something very important to say about this part. A lot of producers don't take away the energy before the hook. They think that the artist will be bored. That being said, I do it because the artist can simply cut it out if he does not like it. I would rather give them too much than not enough. Now, the second hook is the same as the first one, but the lead plays through the entire chorus, and there is a little beat cut before it drops to add even more energy. Let's have a listen. Perfect. I won't really speak about the second verse, since it's almost the same as the first one. The only interesting part is the first section, and I will show you why it's interesting. Let's have a listen. As you can hear, it's exactly like the intro, but with an 808 feel. Most artists like to take the second flow a little slower. If you want to improve your music career with weekly videos made by a professional, you just have to subscribe to the channel. It's free, and if you hate me down the line, you can simply unsubscribe. Thank you for your time. So the takeaway number 5 is to use fills. It can be a drum fill, it can be an instrument fill, for example, it could be a leak, it's up to you. And I also want to speak about something that is really important. A lot of producers will most likely criticize me for making the arrangement so complex, as in their opinion it will turn off the artist that want to manipulate the beat to their liking. I think that this argument is nonsense, because the more advanced artists will buy trackouts anyway and end up changing the beat to their own liking. So don't worry too much about it. Now I can give you another interesting structure template. This one has a 4-bar intro, 8-bar verse, 8-bar chorus, 8-bar verse, 8-bar chorus, a bridge, and then another chorus. This one is more common in pop music. Let me give you an example of a bridge so that you can see what that is. Let me play the hook and the bridge. You see, the main role of the bridge is to pretty much disrupt the song and be a bridge for 2 choruses. Oftentimes the second chorus has maybe a key change or some different elements, but I kept it the same for this specific beat. It's something that people tend to do more in pop or R&B, so be careful with the bridge, because sometimes you can turn off the artist. So takeaway number 6 is that as long as you use multiples of 4, you will be fine. For example, the hook could be 8 bars and then 16 bars at the end of the song. The verse can be 8 bars, 12 bar, 16 bars. Since you have watched almost the entire video, I want to give you a little bonus as a thank you. I will show you how a key change works. Let's hear an example of a key change. I achieved this by simply transposing all the instruments by 7 semitones, meaning 1/5. As you can see, this song is kind of an anime opening. It doesn't really work well for hip-hop, but it can also work in pop and R&B music. The key change is exactly like a bridge, where it takes the attention of the listener and really gives a second life to the song. Doing this on beats for YouTube can be a little bit difficult, because most people won't really have the music theory knowledge to understand the key change, and this is one technique that I keep for songs that I make with artists one-on-one, but it's your choice, and it would definitely make you stand out. A good way to find templates is just by simply taking a song and figure out the structure and just copying it. There is no copyright whatsoever on structure, so you can use it to your own liking. Let's do a recap of the 6 techniques that will help you improve drastically your arrangements. Number 1, take elements in and out. Number 2, change an existing instrument. Number 3, take out or cut your drums. Number 4, use transitions. Number 5, use fills. And number 6, as long as you use multiples of 4, you will be fine. If you'd like to get more tips and tricks, feel free to simply subscribe to the channel. It's free, and I will see you next time. Thank you for your time.